Hi guys, hope you're all well. Today I thought we would have a bit of a play with some liquid clay and one of these thin moulds. Now I bought this from Sculpey, not from Sculpey, I actually got it from Pearls & Co. Comes with a little squeegee to help you. Just a little aside, they sent me a sweetie lollipop. Isn't that lovely? I've not eaten it yet, but it won't be long. Yeah, so I got this the other day. I just added it to my order. But I have actually got quite a few thin moulds that I used to use with UT and dried clay and stuff for when I was doing mixed media bits. So I have got a few. But I did want to try one that was specifically for it, and I'm also going to use this one because the pattern isn't too tight, so I'm hoping it won't break up when it comes out. So yeah, all we're going to do is put some liquid clay in here. I'm going to make some little pendants. I'm just going to use some white clay and some black liquid clay. So I've got 2 cutters. I'm going to do a round one and a square one, and I've dug one of my little moulds, my forms out. Now on the back of the bottle it says if you're using this on its own, you're supposed to bake it about 150. Does it say? Yeah, 150. I can't read it because I've got paint on. Oh, sorry, bear with me guys. Yeah, it says at 275 or 135, and my oven's about 130, so I'm not going to put my oven up. I think it will be fine for what we're doing. I suppose if you're using the clear and stuff, the high temperature keeps it clear, doesn't it? But I'm not going to worry about that. So yeah, we're just going to put some liquid clay in these, bake it off just for about, I think I'll try it about 7 minutes, because I want it to be, I know it will be very pliable, but I want it to just be that bit more pliable so that I can shape it on a mould and stuff. We'll have to see how that works. I don't know if it's going to work, but we can find out, can't we, together? So I'll go and condition myself a bit of clay. I'll just do it on I'll probably do it on a number 2 and then double it, so it's going to be quite a thick pendant. I like them with a bit of substance to them, a bit of weight. I'll go and condition some clay, and then we'll come back and do the liquid clay, get that in the oven, and then get them on top of our pendants. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay guys, I've got my clay conditioned. It's just to one side, and I've already given this a good shake. So I'm just going to now I'll do it all, although I probably don't need it all. So I'm just going to drizzle some clay, liquid clay, over it. That might be enough. Let's have a see. Oh, I seem to be picking more up than I'm spreading around. What's going on? Doesn't want to stay in. I obviously didn't put enough on, guys. Bear with. Yeah, I feel like this is a lot of liquid clay, but you can't really tell the depth of these stamps. Yeah, I thought about doing this because a few people have been posting the Sutton slice technique, you know, where you push the clay into a texture stamp, and then you put a bit of clay over the top of that and pick the pattern up, and it just seems like too much hard work for me. So I thought I'd cheat and do this. Oh, this is getting everywhere. You know I'm a messy pup at the best of times. Just making sure it's sunk in. Into all these little nooks and crannies. This scraper's good though. It gets the excess off. I think I've got everything in that one. I'm just going to turn this around and get the excess off my scraper. Into that mould. Yeah, the only thing is this Sculpey's got an embossed Sculpey thing on it, and you can't quite get the clay off that bit. Right, I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. I'm just going to wipe up around the edges because I have made a bit of a mess as usual. That'll do. Right, that one seems to be filled quite well. I'll just leave that to one side and clean this mess up. And then we'll get some into this one. I'm just going to clean my scraper because I've got it everywhere. Can't take me anywhere. Now, I don't think I'll do the whole of this, to be fair, guys. I don't really need it all doing. So I'll just concentrate down this end. See if I can maybe scrape some of that back out. Yeah, out of there. And I'll just concentrate on these two pieces on this end. I watched a quick video of a lady, just let me wipe that up, of a lady using the Sculpey matte and the Sculpey liquid, just to make sure that I was applying it the right way and there wasn't anything I was missing doing it. And she didn't seem to make as much mess as I did. Yeah, it seems to, it goes in and then it scrapes back out. There, I think I've got that now. May as well put them dregs into that bit. I really don't think that's going to work on that end because it's a bit thin. But I will just try and clean this up a bit. Oh, it seems very wasteful to me, all this liquid clay flying around. Just wiping that excess off, guys. There, I've got them too. Right, I'll go and pop these in the oven. I think I'll just do about 7 minutes. So it's set, but it should still have a bit of flexibility. I don't know if this one's going to work, but we'll find out, won't we? See you in a minute. Hi guys, while that's in the oven, I thought I'd just prep these two pieces. Just got 2 pieces of clay. I've put them through on a 2 and then I've doubled it. So we've got 2 lots of 2 to make a nice thick pendant, and I'm just going to give these a nice burnish. I did think about putting a texture on the back, but it's a bit late now, unless oh, I know. I'll just get my texture sheet and I'll burnish it onto the texture sheet, and then I'll get a nice texture, won't I? Yeah, because I don't want to have to mould with this clay once the lace is on, so I want the surface to be pristine. And that looks pretty good. Let me check. Oh, I think there's a bit of a bubble in that. Let's just give it a... It may have happened when I folded the clay over. Yeah, that's fine. And I'll just do a little switcheroo. I've just got some nice texture on the back now of my pendant, so that's one. Let's do this one. And I would end up with some cat fluff, wouldn't I? That cat. Let's just get that out. And I've got a bit of mica or something there. I'll just burnish this. And now I've got another mark. What on earth am I doing? I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, guys, they're ready to go. I just need to get the bits of lace to put over them, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, guys, they're out the oven. They're cool. I am not 100% sure that this is going to come out of here without breaking up, but we'll have a go. So I'm just going to gently start peeling this from this edge. And as you all know, I'm not the world's best with anything fiddly, so I am just going to take my time, get those edges up. It's releasing really well. I'm just worried that these finer bits are going to split. I'm just going to roll the mat away. As simple, as gentle as I can. It looks pretty cool, to be fair. I think I am going to lose a few little bits. It's coming, it's coming. Yeah, some of those tiny little adjoining pieces, I'll show you in a minute, have popped a little bit. But on the whole, that's come out really well. That's the side that was up. The back side looks really cool. So that worked. Just have to be really careful with some of them. I don't know how this one is going to fare, but we will find out. I'm just going to loosen it in the mould a bit. Of course, this side's going to be really thin because I didn't put too much in. And some of this one's already broken. Yeah, it's not furred too well in this one, this guys, look. Can you see it's barely popping out and then it's breaking? Maybe I'd have to bake it longer in that one. I'm not even going to bother. Look, it's just all crumbling as I try and get it out. So maybe I should bake that one a little bit longer. But we've got plenty here for what we want to do. I'm hoping that it cuts okay with my cutter. Now, do I want it that way up or do I want it that way up? I think I'll just pop that there. And I'm just going to lightly press it with my finger to get it to bond. And I'm hoping that this cuts with my cutter. This is for the circle one, isn't it? If not, I may have to overlay it and then cut it itself, if that makes sense. Right, let's see how this fares with this cutter. Oh, it has, it's cut it. Well, that's good. I've got a few crumbs that I'll have to catch with the sanding, but that's fared okay. Let's use this other bit. I'll just get that black off there. I don't think I'm going to be able to dome this though, guys. I think it will lift if I try and dome it, so I may just leave them flat. And let's put this bit across this one. Again, I'm just going to press it down. I will give it a little burnish as well. I'll just press that down. Get my square cutter. It's lifted up a little on this one, but it's not too bad. Let me just get them crumbs off the edge. Bit of paper. I'm just going to put this over the and just burnish it in a little bit with my fingers, just to make sure it's adhered well. Yeah, there's a couple of bits that are sticking up. I'm just going to give them a press. Then I know they're sticking okay. Get rid of the majority of those black crumbs around. Because I can catch those with my sander when I've finished. But it doesn't look too bad really. This one's a lot better. But again, I'll just give it a press, make sure it's in. But they look really cool, don't they? Because I don't want to risk doming that. I don't think it will be happy if I do, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to pop these in as they are. Got a bit of muck on that one. Pop these in as they are, and then I can just sand down the edges afterwards. So I'll just blow all them crumbs off, and I'll just pop these in on this paper, guys. So I'll pop these in, give them my usual time, and I'll see you when they are baked. Hi guys, these are done. They've cooled down a bit now. They look fabulous. They look like a cake. Does that make sense to you? So there's the square one. There's the circle one. Now, a couple, it's really well down. I'm pleased how well it's stuck, but I'm not happy with these edges. They will take a lot of work to get that bit of black off and stuff. So I think, learning wise, next time I will cut this out to the shape I need it, maybe with some scissors or a sharp knife, and then put it on my clay so that I don't get this issue. And of course I can make sure it's properly bonded then. It seems to be, I can't see any gaps where it's lifted or anything. There's just a little bit there. It's quite stiff. It is stuck. It just, I'm scared if it got caught it would pull it off. Well, of course I could resin over the top, couldn't I? But yeah, I'm quite pleased with the experiment, as well, say experiment, you know, because I've never done this before, and apart from watching a lady doing that bit, I haven't seen anybody making anything or doing anything with them. But yeah, I think they'll make fabulous pendants. Yeah, it's just a pity that we couldn't get a bit of a curve on it, but I think it would break these finer pieces if we'd have done that. So flat it is. But I'm going to leave it there, guys, because these are so chatty. What I'll probably do is make a couple more and finish them and, you know, see how they go. And I'll share that in group. But thanks for watching, guys. Just a little quick video today, and I shall see you all soon. Bye.